It smells. What does it smell like? It smells like salt and vinegar chips. That's what it smells like. Salt and vinegar chips. That's what it does. It's just getting quite interesting. I do want to tell you because I just heard it from the psychic, tarot reader, psychic people. This is somebody who is a spiritual person who is also very knowledgeable in the ways of this world, and who is a Presbyterian. Is going to learn something really strange about their family. And what the strange thing about the family is, their grandfather, biologically, is actually their great uncle, too. This to me sounds like Prince Archie is going to find out that, okay, so his grandfather would be Prince Charles. Prince Charles is also his great uncle. Or, you gotta look up Archie's great uncle. All the list of great uncles of Archie. Those would be Charles's brothers. Andrew, Edward, and Charles were the three boys of Queen Elizabeth. Andrew is really in bad shape. Epstein's Island. Charles is Charles. That leaves Edward. So either Andrew or Edward are the father of William, Prince William, or something. And then that falls to Archie, William's son. His grandfather is also his great uncle. It just says that Charles is not the grandfather biologically of Archie. Now, if that sounds strange to you, then you haven't been following my channel. Because I've been telling you for years about the Pindar. Who is the Pindar? Well, if you go to Bibliotech K Play D's, it's a website on the internet. BIBLIOTECAYPLADES dot something. And there they will tell you about Pindar. There's also lots of other places. Just type in Pindar and see what you get into your search engine. I'm being demonically attacked, as usual, because Brent Beeson, the devil, he's a real human being who tortures the fuck out of me. He just wants to let you know that he's still here because he thinks that this is his TV show, The Torture of Bobby Burrows, is what they call it on Anchar TV. Corey Good, a Sphere Being Alliance, SPHERE, Sphere Being Alliance, on YouTube and other weird places. He was brought to us by David Wilcock, New York Times best-selling author, a whistleblower. He wants to remind you about Orange. Corey Good. Because who is the most famous Orangeman of all time? William of Orange. William of Orange is famous for conquering Northern Ireland. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I know. My tongue started doing that involuntarily, and I go, "What the fuck is that? That's the most disgusting looking face." Anyways, I don't know because it's like it's searching for little bits of food that might have got stuck behind my tooth. It did it on its own. It's disgusting. I don't know. He just want to do it again. The talking calls are easy. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Okay, so we got this strange thing called the Pindar. And what it says is in the royal families of, well, I don't know, Earth, I guess, Europe, that that's what happens. There's a designated sperm donor who's called the Pindar. Now, this is not unusual for the wrong person to be, in the wrong job when it comes to anything to do with aristocracies, because, I don't know, I think they get bored and they want to shake it up and they make some strange things happen. Alright, so the Pindar is the actual father of the royal child, and it's not the child's father. Like the king has a son, but the son is never direct bloodline of the father is coming through an uncle. So, if it was Charles and Diana that were married and they had William, then Charles and Diana did not consummate the marriage. Diana was fertilized by Pindar. Now, that's a title of an aristocrat. I don't know who it is because you have to look it up and try and figure it out. But that's what happened with William. And then William did not consummate the marriage with, what's her name? To make Archie. He has a brother. Guess who made it? With his brother's wife. To make Archie. Harry. Harry is the true father of Prince Archie, the future king. Other places where the Queen uses members of her extended family to run her operations and things, the Freemasons. The Freemasons, last time I looked, the head of the Freemasons is the Queen's cousin. The Freemasons serve Queen Elizabeth. Yes. Because her cousin, in the pecking order, he's super high. In the pecking order, on planet Earth. Queen Elizabeth and her cousin is like, they're way up here. And Bobby Burrows doesn't even hit the bottom of the pyramid. I'm way down there. I really am, But, that's just the way it is for all of us, right? 8 billion people. We're all so far down. But among the people that matter on the aristocracies or whatever, way up there, is like Queen Elizabeth, and there's no difference between her and her cousin. Because they all get all the benefits. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody says, do you think that some of her relatives are richer than her? I don't know. I was going to say yes, but I don't know. I don't know. She's got a lot of relatives, doesn't she? Anyways, that is what you need to know about the British royal family. That the great uncle is the father. And the father is the brother. And the brother is screwing the mother in order to make a two-headed baby. And the two-headed baby is going to be the new Prince of Wales and the new king. Because that's the way it works among blue bloods. Incest. Game of Thrones. I can't help you out. I don't want to tell you that they inbreed, but they inbreed like crazy. And this led to the big problem with hemophilia in Queen Victoria's family. And you can go look that up. And then I'm going to tell you again and again and again, everything you read about all this kind of stuff is phony baloney in order to keep you interested, instead of you working on dropping your ego and becoming an enlightened soul, where you're going to cling, 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 because somebody is banging on my door telling me again and again and again that it's time for me to tell you all the same thing, that in Earth Ascension, all of us are going to become more and more close. And pretty soon, Liz is going to be on telepathic contact with all of you. How is she going to handle all of you talking to her at the same time? The answer is, I don't think anybody's going to be able to figure out how to do this. But Joel S. Goldsmith, spiritual teacher from 1950s, 1960s, USA, taught us the way to use telepathy to make phone calls. And he goes back to the old-fashioned, when telephones were first invented. And they used a central switchboard. You picked up the phone and you didn't dial a number. You picked it up, and then somebody on the other end said, operator, and you said, Mayfair 111. And then the operator, you've seen it in old movies. Old movies from black and white or something, they got an old-fashioned switchboard. And she puts the wires in different boxes in order to connect up the lines at the switchboard at the telephone office. And then your thing is switched, and then you're connected. But somebody at what's called Central Office, hub and spoke is what airlines use for, organizing the way they fly in order to be most efficient. Hub and spoke. Anyways, that's the way it works. Joel said to us, okay, so if I want to call Queen Elizabeth, what do? I got to call Central first. Where's Central? My heart. So my heart, does Queen Elizabeth want to take my call? No! Oh. That's this thing. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you by telepathy, they don't have to. And Central here, your heart, knows. And then you can ask her, does she hate me? She says, no, she doesn't know you, you dumb bunny. You're a stupid idiot. You live in Thunder Bay. She hasn't been to Thunder Bay since 1972, when Jolly Wally Asif was the mayor of Thunder Bay. Oh, she says, she's excited now. Queen Elizabeth is super excited now. She's like, this guy calling is from Jolly Wally's town? She's super excited. She remembers Jolly Wally Asif. Nobody else on planet Earth had the privileges of whacking her on the ass. Because that's what they said on the front page headline. All over the world, the Jolly Wally tapped Queen Elizabeth on the derriere, I think, to redirect her. That's a salad over there. You're not supposed to touch the Queen at all, and you're especially not supposed to touch the Queen on the ass. Wally Asif, Dr. Walter Asif, King of Thunder Bay. Because if you, I don't know, old-timers, I know young people don't know him too much, but in those days, I don't know, he was called Jolly Wally. I can't help you out because he used to be in what do they call that? Broadway, before Broadway. Zingers, I can't help you out. It was called vaudeville, live stage comedy acts. Walter Asif, and then when he became the mayor, he was a tough nut. He was a tough son of a. Nobody got past Walter Asif because. How did you do? He knew how to control city council like no mayor ever has. He controlled city council from the mayor's office. It doesn't matter they could outvote him. Walter Asif ruled. He ruled like he was Queen Elizabeth. Anyways, he was reelected and reelected and reelected and reelected. Because people said he had an open door policy and they could call the mayor direct. And mostly what they call is say, I don't know what's going on, but we had a blizzard and it's been 3 days and they haven't plowed my street. And Walter would say, oh, thank you for letting me know. And immediately he would call up and say, what the fuck is going on? Get your guys down there and clean Simpson Street. Because I got to get that street cleaned because something is going on Simpson Street called prostitution. What kind of child prostitution? What? Yeah, there's all kinds of indigenous people that come from all over the place to Thunder Bay, and in the end, they end up on Simpson Street, and they end up being, picked up, and, most of them are kids. They're kids, and they get picked up by a pimp, and they get put in a trap house, and then some nasty person picks them up and murders them. Anyways, this was back in the time of Jolly Wally Asif when he was mayor of Thunder Bay, because Canada Land, that's a website that gives you investigative journalism, has got a story on Thunder Bay former Crown prosecutor Agnew Johnson Jr. And that one tells you even more of the stories about the child prostitution and child murdering that was going on while Walter Asif was mayor of Thunder Bay. Did he know what was going on? He was the mayor. Anyway, it was all hushed up. The only person to take the fall was Agnew Johnson, and he wasn't even charged. And he wasn't tried. He was disbarred. And, he was told, maybe you should go to Australia or someplace. In other words, somebody who's clearly dirty was the scapegoat, and, he got off with nothing. So where are we now? I don't know. 40 years later in Thunder Bay, we still don't know the names of the offenders who were raping and killing kids in Thunder Bay. So, child killers have been on the loose in Thunder Bay for decades because, under the reign of Walter Asif, everyone looked the other way. Breaking generational curses is what I've been talking about. It's all over the internet. And the curse to break is child rape and murder and looking the other way while people are child raping and murdering and pretending that nothing is going on here. So, reporting child abuse versus the fear that the abuser is going to come after you. This is just Courage 101. On the scale of human consciousness, you're facing a decision point called 200 on the scale of human consciousness. Either you're going to develop courage and do the right thing and report child abuse, or you're going to stay under 200 on the scale of human consciousness in the realm of parasites and predators. So, what are you going to do? Well, previous generations looked the other way, whistled Dixie. And the rapes and the murders didn't stop because people didn't talk. So, the lesson from previous generations is they were cursed with cowardice. So, our generations have got to say, we are not going to be cowards and we are not going to be bowed by peer pressure and threats. We are going to tell the truth. And we're going to get to the truth. And we're going to name names of the evildoers. And the evildoers are going to be tried for their crimes and punished. Because that's the way we're supposed to run a civilization. Then when we always offload the idea that the cops and, the judges are doing the court system, then we get crooked cops and non-existent people as judges. If we're not in charge as a community of our criminal justice system, in other words, us in the jury boxes listening to the accused crimes and watching people in our community give their evidence, then we have a miscarriage of justice. We have no justice at all. Because we don't elect judges and we don't elect cops. So they're unelected people with incredible authority over us, and they're supposed to keep the criminals at bay. But, when you give your power away to other people, power corrupts. Once you give them more and more power and less oversight, then absolute power corrupts absolutely, as you've all heard that saying. And that's what's going on here on planet Earth, because the people are brainwashed into duly obeying whatever you're told by your so-called authority figures. You're not an adult, you're a child. You're giving away your adult abilities to other people, and the other people don't like it when I keep telling them that I'm about getting all of the people to take back their power and be adults and run civilization themselves instead of offloading it onto something called governments. Because it doesn't work, and we all know it. Taxes are too high, and the services suck. So, either we change it, or this thing festers into even deeper rot. And that's what we're facing. The rotten people running the world for another generation. Do your kids and your grandkids a favor. Fix the problem today. How do we go about doing that? Tell the truth. What are your secrets that you're hiding? Tell the truth. What are those secrets? Spit them out. Spit them out. Get a YouTube channel and start yapping. Use your throat chakra. Get this shit off your heart, because it's going to make you sick. As we go higher and higher as a collective, holding on to secrets and secrets and secrets and secrets, are going to make you incredibly sick. And in the end, you're going to cough out these secrets, because that's what happens. Sooner or later, your body's just going to cough it up, because your body's going to consider whatever these secrets are to be foreign to your body. And your body is going to barf them out in the form of whatever it is. And you won't have control over stopping the body from talking. Because you think you have control, because you do. It's just that as time goes on, your control over the body is becoming more and more you are a parasite. Because you have to watch my video called The Bobby Burrows Technique. I can't help you out. It's true, it was given to me by God. For all of you. It's an easy way for you to let go of controlling your body. And when you let go of controlling your body, then, you can't tell the body to do stupid things that it doesn't want to do, but has to do because you have the power of force over your body. This comes from Matt Kahn, spiritual teacher, who tells you, now, as an adult human, your next job, your next mission is to become an angel. And the first thing you learn how to do is to be an angel to your own body. And angels don't order beings around. They're available to assist other people. There, it came out not too bad. I don't know, as you can see, it's demonic attack. Anyways, that's what it is. So, this technique shows you how to stop. You're going to say, well, is the body going to know what to do? I'm sorry. The body knows what to do. You all know muscle memory. You depend on it for your golf swing. Your body knows what to do. And your body is connected up. Mine is connected up to, a bunch of other people who, don't want me to have my own body, and they want to forever and forever and forever hijack my body. Using this remote neural monitoring technology. That's what the name is now. As we get further and further into research, it used to be voice to skull, synthetic telepathy, synthetic telekinesis, and then it was imposed virtual reality, and now it's called remote neural monitoring. As we zero in on who it is that manufactures this stuff and who sells it and who's got it. Because on planet Earth, would you allow your neighbor to have a bazooka and rockets in his basement? If he had it in his basement, sorry, massive attack by Brent Beeson. Whoever this person is, when this person becomes available, you'll watch this video again and you'll say Brent Beeson was attacking Bob. And then you're going to see who Brent Beeson is in the physical. And then what are you going to want to do with Brent Beeson? Brent Beeson knows, because before he came, he knew the penalty for terrorism. Everybody on planet Earth knows the penalty for terrorism. Osama bin Laden, 8 Miles High. You play that song by the Birds. You get in a helicopter, and on your tape deck. That's what they did in that movie, Apocalypse Now. You haven't seen that movie? You gotta watch that one. Dance of the Valkyries as the helicopters come flying in on the attack. Anyways, with Osama bin Laden, you put him in a helicopter, and I don't know if you can go 8 miles high, but as high as you can go in that helicopter, and you play the Birds, 8 Miles High. That's a song. And then you push Osama out of the helicopter, and he plummets 8 miles low, splat, into the Arabian Sea. So Brent Beeson is, been told that 8 Miles High is one of the deaths, because this is like not just one death for the terrorist, because God has told him multiple times, even supernaturally. He made my bedside lamp strobe multiple times. God did, to show Beeson that God is God and God is Godding. And Beeson saw it, but that terrorist refuses to stop terrorizing me. So God has told him a whole pile of different things, including, after you've been killed this way, 8 miles high, then you're going to be killed a million different ways, over and over and over again. Your horrible experience, Brent Beeson, you terrorist, is you forever experiencing nothing but horrific, horrible, horrible death after death after death, and then torment after torment after torment. Brent Beeson and the gang stalkers who've seen all of the supernatural stuff continue to torture me and torment me. So it just seems, are they beyond suicidal? Masochistic? I tell Brent Beeson, why don't you just get a lighter and, just light the hot lighter underneath your hand and see if you like pain? The coward doesn't want to do it. That's what they'll say. He won't do it. Why? Because he doesn't want to do it. Why? Because he doesn't like pain. Why doesn't he want to like pain? Because he wants to inflict pain, but he doesn't want to receive it. So Hanuman, who is the Hindu god, came up and said, the karma will be balanced. And the devils heard that too, and they continue to terrorize me. I don't know where do we start this video, because we always get off talking about the devils and remote neural monitoring torture devices that have been, assigned to me for 6 years. And, when they're assigned to you, if you got a Brent Beeson operating that thing, he's never, ever, ever, ever going to give you a day off. I have not had a day off. Yesterday was my birthday. I was tortured all day on my birthday. There's no state of grace with these people. They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper is the famous movie about these people, because that's what they're about. Those robot people, they look like robots in that movie, but here, in actuality, on planet Earth, those people aren't robots on the inside. They're reptilian on the inside. On the outside, they look, humanoid. On planet Earth, I don't know. Is that enough?